My name is Tom Scheiding. I'm a professor at actually the UH West Oahu campus, but I'll be teaching this section 231 of Principles of Macroeconomics, Econ 131, for Outreach College. And in this video, I just want to kind of walk you through the syllabus, just like you would in a in-person class on the first day of class. So walk you through the syllabus, walk you through LawLima. And the only thing I'm going to assume is that you know how to use LawLima. If you don't know how to use LawLima, you could either find the campus resource or reach out to me and I'll connect you with that resource. And because you'll want to if you're not familiar with how to use it, you will want to learn how to use LawLima. So let's begin. For right now, I'm just not going to. I don't want. It's not really necessary to have my kind of face showing up in for you to see that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna focus on the screen here, and I just want to make sure that I am recording, which I think I am. Okay. Okay. So let's walk through the syllabus first, and then we'll go through LawLima. So I'm actually because I'm a professor on the West Oahu campus. That's where my office is. So if you live on the west side, if you live on the Leeward side, you can come see me. Or if you want to, if you have questions and you just deal better in person, I actually live in Manoa as well. Not that you need to know that much about my private life, but if you wanted to meet in Manoa, we could do that somewhere on campus. But I actually work on the Leeward side, so I've given you my office location. But I would suspect most of you would be fine emailing or calling. And if you wanted to meet virtually, we could do that as well. And I can set that up either using Zoom, which is kind of a teleconferencing technology, or we could even use YouTube Live as another option. Best way is really email. You can call me as well, and if you leave a voicemail, the voicemail generally will get sent to my email. And I would call you back when I could, but the best way is sending me an email. And my promise to you is, as long as it's not the weekend and it's not like super serious, if it's on the weekend and it's super serious, I'll respond to you right away. Otherwise, you know, I work every day, not on Saturday, Sunday, but I work every weekday. I'm on email every day. So if you send me an email and it's something that's important, I will reply, and you should always get a response from me. I'm not one of those kinds of professors that just doesn't reply or say anything. I will always reply, and if I don't, it's because your email got lost in the flurry of other emails, and you just need to send me email again. Remind me. I do not mind. I will not be offended. I will not think you're annoying for sending me an email a second time. Just do it. Seriously, I will feel incredibly bad if I do not reply to an email that should have been. And you're paying for this class, so you have a right to get answers from me. And send me an email. So I kind of outlined that here as well. I will, send me an email a second time or a third time. I really hope it wouldn't take a third time. But send me an email if I don't get back to you again outside of the weekend. I guess I highlight this. Well, it's italicized, it's bolded, and it's underlined because almost without fail, just about everyone who does not do well in this course is generally someone who did not seek out help from me. And just so you know, I'm not the kind of professor that will be proactive in saying, "Hey, what's going on? You don't seem to be doing all right." Like you're an adult in essence, and you can, I want everyone to do well, but it's Some professors would say it's their responsibility to, needle and poke at people to make sure that they do well in the course. Um, I will help you if you want the help, and if you don't, I will, generally speaking, um, you know, uh, leave you alone. And again, you might disagree with that, and if you already know that you need more from me, just ask that, and I will give you the special treatment of annoying you and poking you to do things better. But in general, I'm not that person. I'm not your parent. I'm not your academic advisor, quite frankly. I can be your role of advisor and push you if you want me to fulfill that role, but you would have to tell me you want me to fulfill that role. Here's our course description. Our course description is given to us in the course catalog, so I did not write this part. But what I then did is wrote out how I see the course and rewrote out what we intend to do in this class. So I'm assuming you can read. Here's our student learning objectives. These are the objectives of what I would hope that in this course we would do by the end of the semester we'll have accomplished. And now let's talk about how your grade is determined. Your grade is determined in 5 categories. You've got your 3 exams. The third exam is worth more because it is comprehensive, meaning it covers everything from the semester. There are assignments. Those are going to be on LaLima, and I'll talk about those in a separate video. And there will be reflection papers. Each of these categories are important. And I would say, even from last semester, someone who does not do great in this class, sometimes their problem was that they did well in almost everything and then decided not to do any reflection papers. That was what happened to one person last semester, and they passed, but their grade was reduced quite significantly, not by just not doing one reflection paper. We're talking about by not doing any reflection papers. Same for assignments. 2 semesters ago, someone decided to do everything but assignments. Again, it's doing okay on everything else and then not doing one thing. You probably would pass, but you'd have to do great in a lot of things and then not do one thing. Why don't you just do it all and then do great in the class? It's far easier, I think. I'm going to walk through these things, what these look like in separate videos, so I'll just go past it for right now. Let's talk about the book. So the book is a book that is free. So there's no IDAP. There's nothing you need to buy at the bookstore. If you want to buy something, I can direct you on how to buy it. It's really cheap on Amazon. You can even use Prime, and like a new copy is like $20 or $30, but there's used copies that are like $5 or $6, and quite frankly, you can take the cheap shipping. You'll still get it in time, and because you'd have some chapters already available to read it until you get it. And I'll show you what the book looks like here when we get in LaLima. So again, LaLima is the primary thing we'll be using, which again, I'm going to assume you're all familiar with. The other thing would be we're going to use Google Classroom. Some of you may not have ever used Google Classroom, so there will be a separate video that instructs you about how to use it. It's really easy, and it works, I think, rather well for doing like reflection papers, because the feedback, you can use Google Docs, you can use Word to upload things, and then I can give you comments right in the doc, and it's not as like weird and clunky as LaLima is. These are the dates to keep in mind. These are given to us by the university. Basically, what do you got to do to get all your money back, half your money back, and when's your last day if you want to drop from the course. Then we have our sections that are given to us by the university, quite frankly. But if I would put it in simpler terms, basically academic integrity, what you do should be your own. Now, I will say this. It's an online class, so I'm not assuming that when you're taking the exam that it's closed book. It's open book. Assignments, open book. Reflection papers, open book. Nothing like that, so you don't need to feel like you're cheating. But what would be cheating, right? I don't need to give you examples of what it would be. If it seems wrong, it probably is. And if you're in doubt about that, you can reach out to me. But this is our academic integrity policy for the university. For accommodation, your first call should not be to me. You can tell me about it, but there's nothing I can do personally in my role as a professor to accommodate you on a one-to-one basis. Um, all of that needs to be through the COCOA program, and you would need to have the Center for Student Services would then tell me how I can accommodate you in what your needs are. But if you have any questions, how to direct you, that kind of thing, reach out to me. I'll help you get the help that you need. You just can't personally ask me for double time on something because there's not much I can do for that. Here's our classroom policies. This is officially what is here. Do your things on time. We'll talk about what the deadlines are for this class, but it's fair to everyone. You really are making things fair to everyone when you do things on time. I will use my judgment if you needed more time. Let's say, big medical scare and, now you need rehab and it's going to take up 2 weeks and now you're going to be a week late in turning things in. Oh, dude, reach out to me. I don't think that that's unfair. I think any of us in this class would want to be treated in a way where we had more time having to deal with severe medical circumstances. But, keep in mind, though, I've been teaching now 15 years, so I've heard every computer broken, crashed excuse. Keep that in mind. I'm not a new faculty member. Be honest with me. I'll treat you with respect. I'll do what is fair, but be honest with me. Reach out to me sooner rather than later if you can't meet a deadline. Okay? Don't be scared. If you don't ask for anything, there's nothing I can give you. Here's our grading scale, again, given to us by the university, so there's not much I can do about that. And then here's the schedule. This part is maybe not the same as what you've had in other courses. I'm fully willing to I realize a little bit here that I'm doing something different, so I'm aware of that. But here's basically my idea. I guess when I look at other individuals who teach online classes, a thing that personally doesn't seem correct for me, and if I were taking the class, would be I'm taking an online class to get all this flexibility, yet I have weekly deadlines. Like, that doesn't seem very flexible. Like, a week goes by really fast, and sometimes you got a lot of things going on in one class and nothing going on in another. And I'm not really sure what is the benefit that we get from forcing everyone to do everything on a weekly basis, as if we were in an in-person class. So basically what I did is I divided the entire course up into 3 parts. And so you have only 3 deadlines, these 3 dates. They're very important. If you miss one of these, you missed an entire part of the course, and that would be really, really bad for your grade. So it's not like you don't want to dismiss these 3 deadlines. These are 3 very important deadlines. Put them in your phone. I don't know, tattoo it to your arm, figure something out. These are 3 very important dates. They're just 3 very important dates. And so here's what I'm doing here. What follows from this is I give you a suggestion of, let's say you're the kind of person that likes to do things on a week-to-week basis. Now you feel like I've shortchanged you and, now you're going to be all without direction and not get everything done on time. Well, this is what I'm giving you right here. So you could follow this schedule and you will get everything done on time for each part. But I'm also allowing you to be a person that I'll be incredibly honest with you here. you could be a person who says, I can do this all in a day. And I bet you on February 12th, you could wake up in the morning and get it all done that day. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to be really sick of economics. But like many things in life, you will get out of this course what you put into it. And then you will not get a lot out of this course if you only devote yourself 3 days to this class. I don't want to make it impossible for you to give little. I think your grade will just suffer because of it. But we're all adults. We get to make decisions about how we're going to do this. You get to make individual decisions about how you're going to do it. I will not give you extra points because you spread everything out. I will not give you less points, fewer points because you did everything in a day or two. I wouldn't suggest that you do everything in a day or two. I think your tuition dollars would be better spent doing something else. But, dude, I'm not God. I'm not going to tell you how you have to do things here. You get to make a decision. So, with that said, each part of this course is organized around a topic. Each topic has 2 things associated with it: an assignment and a reflection paper. Each part concludes with an exam. So in this first part, you'll see that there are 3 topics. The third topic gets covered over 2 weeks. So that would mean topic 1 is going to have an assignment and a reflection paper. Topic 2 will have an assignment and a reflection paper. Topic 3 will have an assignment and a reflection paper. And in this course, that part of the course will conclude with an exam. Then you would get to part 2 of the course. All that has to be done by March 11th. Topics 4, 5, and 6. And then you would get to the third exam, third part of this course, where we'd have topics. Oh, look at that. You can see a change being made right in action. Topics 7 through 12. And again, there'd be an assignment and a reflection paper for each topic, and it would conclude with the third exam. You can work ahead. If you want to, you got big things going on in April and in March, and you want to devote all your January and February to just this class to get it done, more power to you. Fantastic. You get to direct yourself. The only reason for these 3 deadlines is so that you don't wait until the very last minute to do the entire course. Okay. Then we have our Title IX information. Everyone has the ability to talk to someone in a way that if they feel that the inclusiveness of this course has been reduced, if you feel that there's something that in this online course is harassing or discriminatory, you have a right to talk to someone about it. And I would hope that you would. And this gives you the contact information for how to do those, how to reach out to someone, whether it's for this course or for any course. I would hope that you would talk to someone. If you talk to me, as this says here, and this is important to note, as you see here, by law, I am actually required to report things that you report to me to the Title IX coordinator. So keep that in mind. Same with the Title IX coordinator. If you talk to that coordinator, that would be nothing is confidential when you talk to those individuals. If you are seeking confidentiality, then you need to talk to someone. Primarily probably someone from health services where there is a guarantee of confidentiality. Then and you could go to this site right here about how to seek out things confidentially. Or you could even ask me, how do I report something confidentially and anonymously? Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't be anonymous anymore if you reach out to me. Make up a fake email address, email me. that's totally fine. I would hope that everything in this course, and any course offered at Manoa, would fulfill these conditions. So reach out to me if you need help. Okay, so that walks us through the syllabus about how we will cover the 12 topics in this course, and it gives you an idea of the organization of this course. Now let's look at LawLima, which we'll obviously be using quite a bit in this course. Again, I'm going to assume you know how to use LawLima. If you don't, reach out to me. Okay, so the way that this course is set up, the syllabus is going to appear right here. I haven't uploaded it yet, but you would click here and it would be right here. Let's look at this as you would see it. So you'd click this and it'll be right here. It'll be a PDF that you can download. It'll be rather easy. Then you have your topics. So let's look at this. Okay, how to learn in this class. So what you're going to see in this tab here is a bunch of videos about, this video is going to be located here. How to do the reflection papers, how to do the assignments, basically. How do you learn in this class? All of that material will be right here. Now let's just look at a general topic here. Let's just pick topic number 2. Each of the 12 topics are going to have these 4 tabs: textbook chapter, lecture, assignment, and reflection paper. So let's start with textbook chapter. As I said before, you do not need to buy a textbook for this class. What I've done is taken the book that we have in this course and broke down the chapters into PDFs. PDFs that you can print, you can read online. So you would see here that under topic 2 choice, I picked textbook chapter. Okay, I'm not expecting that you're going to read it in this little window here. What you would do is take your mouse, hover over this arrow right here that says tools. Now, keep in mind, I'm using Chrome here. Hover over that little arrow right here, click it, left click it, and then you can download it. And then you can download it, you can print it. Now, this free book, it's a free book. So, right, I mean, the pictures are more generic, but I don't want you to have to pay hundreds of dollars for a book just to have updated pictures. It's a great book. It's well written. It's written by respected economists. The information you get from a $100 or $200 book is not worth it, considering that this great alternative exists. And I'm not reducing the quality of your education by having picked that book. So each topic will have a textbook chapter that you can read. Then let's go to the lecture. Okay, so for the lecture, there are videos that I made and there are slides. So let's start with videos first. So let's say you're sitting down, you're going to learn about choice here, topic 2. What I do for each topic is it starts out with a PDF that basically has the bullet points, the major points that I would want you to understand from that topic. It says chapter 2. It's kind of referring to the book. Don't worry about it. It's topic 2. Don't worry about what it says here for chapter. Just know that it's topic 2. I say that because if you have a different edition of the book, it might end up being a different chapter. Just know that it's in the right place. These are the things I want you to learn from this topic. And then, below that, I made a video. The video is pretty straightforward. No fancy things going on here. It's a YouTube video. So let's say I get down to here and I want to watch this. Okay. You could watch this in LawLima, but you could also put it out to your phone. You could put it out in a different window. So I would click play right here. But it's going to be, I don't want to watch in this little thing. So click the YouTube icon. And it'll open up as a different window. And I could make it bigger. Okay. So what you will see here. I'm just going to turn off the volume here. What you'll see here is that you'll have to read my handwriting. You'll get used to reading it. And if you can't read it, reach out to me. Basically, I'm going to talk while I'm writing, kind of like I would in a classroom. And the quality is pretty good here, as you can see. It's doing its job. You could, as I'm saying something, it's appearing here. It's light gray when I haven't said it yet. It turns green when I say it. This is what preceded it in the other video before it. Each video is pretty short, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's 7 minutes long. But it kind of breaks it down and makes it a little bit easier, chunks it up basically. So you're not having to sit down and watch a 1-hour video. As you see here, there's 8 major things I want you to learn here. Every first video is always the introduction where I write out the 8 things, and then you'll see parts 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has parts 5 through 7 just because it made sense to put them all together. Part 8. So it basically should be parts would refer to the bullet points that are in the up here. Okay. So that's the videos. That would be I think the primary way many of you would learn in this course is using those videos and listening to me talking about each of the topics. But whereas you have a textbook chapter that you could read, you don't have to read. I mean, I know that not everyone reads, and there's no requirement that you read the book. It's hard to force someone to do something like that if you don't want to. I suspect most of you will not enjoy, but you'll find it easier to learn the material by watching these videos. I realize, though, that some of you like slides. It just makes more sense to you. So I'm going to click on slides here. Here's what I want to say about slides. I did not make these. These came from the publisher of the book that we're using here. I've thought about at some point maybe adding some words to it. I just haven't done it. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with slides. They're quite constraining. They almost seem like too nice. You don't see it like in action being made, the slide. But some of you actually would learn. Some of you like slides, so I'm just gonna post them here. I didn't make the slides. They're not my slides. The information in it is correct, but I don't know what else to say. I don't want to not give you something just because I didn't make it. The slides are good. I just that's not how I teach the class, but I do want to still make it available to you. Okay, so here's the reading. Here's the lecture. What am I giving to you here about how to learn the material? Then we have the assignment and the reflection paper. Again, I'm going to talk about these in a separate video, but you could click on assignment. And it will, when I get to this here, when I post this here, it'll directly link you to the assignment. And you could click on reflection paper, and you would be able to click on this. After you set up Google Classroom, you could click on this to get directly to the reflection paper you have to do. And then your grades will all be posted here in the gradebook once I get everything posted here. Okay, so that's the syllabus, and that's how the course is organized in LaLima. I'm going to make some follow-up videos here that walk through how to do the homework and the exams, and then another video that talks to you about how to use Google Classroom and how to write the reflection papers.